black powder fire demonstration. Fire crew, fire when ready.
Gunner, that's not going to race 250. Fire when ready.
You got the fast one, and then you got one that's has much heavier armor. Our drivers have had a lot of experience on these machines. You'll notice the driver of the M60 is Ashley, one of our female members. She drives the M60.
So I don't have to explain, this is where with the public we would explain them the history of these vehicles. Obviously with the Leopard 1 and this particular crew, I don't have to get into all that detail. For those of you that know about the M60, came out of around the same time as the original Leopard 1, the American MBT, between Captain Chamberlain and Major Oz. So can I please have you two gentlemen come on up? Mr. Chamberlain, you are going to, Captain, you are going to mount up in the Leopard. Major Oz, and you will into the M60. Let me just get, as you guys know about safety, we're going to make eye contact with the drivers, turn off the turret, and then you will mount. Leopard in a kind of a good position there, slightly behind the hill. M60 has its soft side armor actually towards the Leopard, but a little bit of protection there. Oh, and the M60 gets off the first shot of the Leopard. M60 sort of creeping up. So the M60, let's see if the Leopard can use its speed advantage to get down the back of that M60. M60 is like a sitting duck. Its engine is now exposed. The Leopard is in its rear. Gun tracking the back of the M60. If that Leopard can get off a shot, not much the M60 could do. Can't really get the gun down over the engine vent in the rear position. Leopard tracking, but wasn't able to get a shot on the moving target. M60 now with its frontal armor towards the enemy. That's a huge armor advantage the M60 has over the Leopard. Also using the hill. The complete bottom of his tank, as you guys know, is now protected. Sounds like he's aiming. And the M60 gets a shot. Leopard still positioning. M60 lining up, tracking again, keeping that strong frontal armor towards the enemy. He doesn't want to get outflanked again by the quick moving Leopard. Leopard's just going to charge it. Watch an M60 run. M60 doing a great job tracking that Leopard, but now the Leopard is completely, has its hull protected behind the feature, and a good shot by the M60. As long as they hit the turret. M60 just really can't get in a good gun position.
Look how tall it is.
Hey, what's up?
Once again, great move. Look by the M60 crew. Major Oz and his team, they've got their strong glacis plate forward. Decent gun position, even though another shot off by the M60. Now, is that the M60 on the charge and the Leopard's about to run? Imagine it's hard for the M60 to track that target with all the dust, creating a dust cloud. Leopard in a great firing position once again on the exit of the M60. So you can see the Leopard tracking the M60. Not quite behind the hill. Great shot by the M60. All right, I'm gonna let them take one more shot at each other. Then we're gonna bring them out front. And amongst their peers, we'll have you guys decide which crew and which tank won Battle Royale from the Royal Canadian Armored Corps Conference 2022. Leopard now way ahead of the M60, getting in great position. M60 exposed out in the open. See if they can get behind that feature before the Leopard takes a shot. Let's get these two officers up in their hatches so we can see them. Captain Chamberlain, Major Oz. When you're planning something this huge, we sometimes probably step on each other's feet. I hope you guys work that all out on the field.
Cheer for the one on the left.
So, this is how it works. So, you're not voting for the tank you like. Based on the performance of the crew, their position, their tracking with the gun. So by a show of applause and hooting and hollering and banging the seats to make the most noise, who believes that Captain Chamberlain's team in the Leopard won Battle Royale? Okay. By hooting and hollering and applause and banging on the seats, who believes that Major Oz in the M60 crew won Battle Royale?
Wow, cat call.
I'm so sorry, Captain. Maybe next year.